So good evening, everyone. This is Debbie Wetzler, and I'm your upline triple diamond for everybody on this call. And this is for new associates. And I know I've asked everybody who are new associates to go through the Amazing Molecules training before they come on this. That will give you your basics. That will tell you how to get started. It will give you a little bit about the compensation plan, your basics. It will give you a little bit about making a list and doing all the things that you need to do and what you need to do to get started. And those are your basics. And then I'm going to go from there because there's other things that people need to learn and be aware of that are part of our team. Every team, all the different teams, Terry Latham's, Trish Winkler's, they all have their own things set up for their teams. We have our team phone calls. And so every Monday night, David Silverman and I do a team phone call together since we work very closely here in the Maryland area. And all of his team is part of my team. And we do a team phone call every Monday night on this very same Zoom number. So every Monday night at 8 o'clock, we will do training, we'll do recognition, we will invite and welcome new people to tell us a little bit about themselves. And it makes people feel included and part of a team, and we're all working together and moving together. So as you start signing up people, please invite them and get them on our team phone call. And that way they can meet and see all the other people on the team. And it's a way, again, to move forward together and to feel a part of something bigger. And then, of course, David and I are part of the diamond calls that go on in the company. We can fill you in on what's coming up, the different promotions, all the different things. We try to keep you abreast of that. And with this, I'm going to go over the Winfrastructure, and I'm going to be sending out all the documents that I talk about to everybody. And there's quite a few documents that you can be a part of and have. But the Winfrastructure is something that David actually created together with me, but he created them on his computer. And it goes over all the things that our team is a part of. So, so the first thing he tells you to do is to download the free Zoom app, which I just told you about. You go to zoom.us and you download that, and that way you can be a part of all the team phone calls and the corporate phone calls. And then all of our team has different Facebook group pages that we can keep you posted on things that go on with our team. And we'll tell you of upcoming events. We'll post the Winfrastructure, the newest Winfrastructure there. We post new announcements. We post a lot of different things. So David is reason number 6, freedom. That's his, and you can all be asked to be a part of that. Mine is Debbie's Diamond Club, and you come on and you just ask to be a member, and then I approve you. If you're part of the team, then I approve you. And again, I will follow up with an email for all of this. And so he tells you how to do this simple 3-step process, and he tells you what's in this resource document. So he has listed all the daily and weekly presentations and trainings that we do. So on Wednesdays, David and I do 3 different live webinar presentations. That's for you to get your guests onto. And we do them for different areas of the world at this point. So we do a 9 a.m. one Eastern time, which is kind of early for some people, but that's for Asia. It's 9 p.m. there. But you are welcome to join if you are up and ready to go. But we have a lot of Asian people that come on because that's their time zone. Then we do it again at 1 p.m. Eastern. That's more for Europe. It's their evening there, but we have a lot of U.S. residents that get on that phone call if people are available at that time. And then we do one at 9 p.m. and that's mostly for the United States. And again, we do a presentation. We explain redox. We explain now the nutritionals, and we explain the opportunity involved with that. And then we take live questions. So again, it's to get your team on to listen to a live presentation so that you can introduce this. It's like going to a meeting, but you can do that from your own home and the comfort of your own home. And then Thursday nights every week, Alan Noble is doing a phenomenal webinar called Discover ASEA. If you have Zoom downloaded, like we've asked you, then you go to www.discoverasia.com. Now, this is all in this Winfrastructure, and I'll be sending this out again to all of you, and it is posted on Debbie's Diamond Club. Every day, Monday through Friday, which is how we started this company and this business together, are trainings on how to get started. They're 30 minutes each. We have a different testimonial every single day. So you can imagine how many testimonials I've now heard. I've listened to that pretty much every day for 8 years. And then we do the A-Lift system. A is for attitude, L is for make a list. Wednesday is I invite and use a tool. Thursday is follow-up, and Friday is teach your team to do the same. So we teach about a bunch of different things, and on Fridays there's a business testimonial. Now, I've learned more from that call than I have in my last network marketing company, for sure. And Trish was listening to, she started it, she was listening to all the different testimonials coming in from all the people. And she thought to herself, I shouldn't be the only one hearing these. These are giving me a great deal of conviction. But that's why she decided to start that call, so that everybody could hear those testimonials. And there's been some amazing ones. And they are posted at chargeupcall.info. And so you can listen to them live for about 5 days. Some of the really good ones have been posted and kept for a while on Trisha's website, which is ateamsupport.com. And you need the password to get in, and that's associate. Again, all of this is on this Winfrastructure document. Monthly, we have a health professional webinar, and that is the first Tuesday of every month. That's usually with a medical professional, and it's, again, a half-an-hour webinar, and you go to ateamwebinar.com, and you'll automatically be taken into it if you've got Zoom downloaded. And then there is a monthly animal webinar where people, professionals like Beth Walford, who owns a thoroughbred horse farm in Kentucky, she runs the animal calls a lot. And it's talking about how to use ASEA and Redox with animals. And that's the second Tuesday of every month. Again, you go to A-Team Webinar. And it's archived. Again, he has all this at animalwebinar.com. All the passwords for all of that is associate with a capital A. And he encourages you to host your own weekly show and tell with meetings. And if you're doing that, you can always do it around Wednesday night or Thursday night and have them watch the webinar that's presented live every week. But of course, if you're having one at a different time or something, you can always request one of us to come on and help by coming in live to you through Zoom. If you can hook your computer up to your TV with an HDMI cord, we can come in live and help you do your in-homes. And to do your in-homes, I would have a tube of Renew 28. I would welcome them and just play a short video for them. I would get them to rub on Renew 28 3 times in 5 minutes, and then I'd have one of us come on to help go over Redox and answer questions. We are happy to do that with you also. He gives you prospecting tools. A lot of them are the ones he has made, which is fine. He's made quite a few of them to teach you different things. But amazingmolecules.com and Amazing Molecules Training is Alan Noble's site. And he's the first one to put up anything about these molecules. And he realized when he first came in that not many people were going to be able to explain redox by themselves. So he put up this website so we could all go use it. And everybody in ASEA was using his website. That was the only thing we had for the first several years of this company. The redoxdoc.com is a great website to do third-party validation. Dr. Robertson Ward has studied redox molecules and ASEA for several years now, and he has a lot of information about third-party because he's not associated with ASEA. He does speak at some of our conferences, but he's not associated with ASEA, and so you can send doctors and different people there who want validation for what redox is. You can go to the Renew video, and it's a powerful information on Renew 28 in many languages. Of course, there's an athlete site, which is ASEA Global, and you can see all the athletes. And there's many videos with athletes. Redox Experiences is testimonials that are written, and you can go to that, Redox Experiences, and the password is associate. He's saying for that also, it used to be experiences. But associate seems to work with everything now. And I don't know if he's got it on here, but I know ASEA Healthy Self has now 77,000 people on it with all these different testimonials. And I've gotten many people just to look at that, and they call me back and say, well, how do I get this product? Just from looking at all the different testimonials on that site. So being on Facebook, even if you don't want to post anything personal, make sure you get a Facebook page. You don't have to put anything about yourself up on it, but make sure that you have a photograph of your face so we know it's you, and that would be it. And then you can get linked into all the different things we do through social media, because that's how we get information out to all these hundreds of thousands of people a lot of times. And so Facebook is really something that you need to have if you're doing the business, I would think. If anybody doesn't know anything about network marketing, Brilliant Compensation, that's one of the first things I looked at and listened to when I got into network marketing 20 years ago at this point. It talks about how exciting it is to have residual income and how to be how we get paid in network marketing, and we're leveraging people and their brilliance to help us build a business and an organization. Then he goes over all the different training tools. And again, this is all listed. I'm going to be sending this to everybody that's on the call. And it seems like a lot, but just break it down and kind of look at each one individually as you have time. You can print it out like a lot of people have done. And if you leave it online, if you just save it, you can click on any of these things that are underlined in blue, because they will take you to a link. So he talks about a lot of the tools. The GoPro book is a book that I highly recommend. It's a very short, little, tiny book written by Eric Worre. If you just got the information from GoPro about how to do network marketing from that man, and you can read it in about a couple of hours, and you got proficient at doing every single one. He talks about create interest, follow up, getting one-on-ones, doing three-way phone calls, how to get somebody started. He talks about all of that in this book, and it's a brilliant book. David and I both think it's the best one ever written on network marketing. And of course, you want to attend all the events that are going on. So again, tap into some of the events that we put on, and then we just had a big Super Saturday here in the DC area, but they're all over the country. And I will tell you how to keep up with those in just a second. These are all the Facebook pages that I was talking about. ASEA United gives you simple tutorials on how to best utilize the Facebook pages, but also it gives you instructions kind of every single day on different things that you want to do in your network marketing business. So a lot of the leaders and a lot of different people will post things on there, like how to create interest, or how to get started, or how to get into your back office, or what the volume totals report is about, or something like that. So it's a very helpful site. ASEA Healthy Self is the one I just talked about. ASEA Wealthy Self talks about people who have made enough money to buy groceries or to have the life that they wanted. So when we talk about lifestyle and having a great lifestyle with network marketing, that's a great site to go to see, how being in network marketing has changed many people's lives. This is ASEA. That's where you find the Expert in the House webinars, which the Triple Diamonds were doing the webinars on Thursday nights for quite some time, it was about 1.5 to 2 years. We each would rotate and take a different Thursday night. So all of our webinars are posted there, and you can go and put on one of those webinars if you like. Say if you love Terry Latham style, you could go there and look up Terry Latham and watch his Expert in the House. And if that's what you wanted to show when you had a in-home yourself, you could show that. We all tried to do it in about 30 minutes again, so it wouldn't be too long. David's are always a little longer. He'll laugh at that one. He likes to talk a lot. But anyway, and then now we have posted the Alan Noble's webinars on Thursday nights there. So that kind of tells you what's going on for the week also. And then Dream Struggle Victory is where I put up people if they've gone up in rank, and if they've done something extraordinary, I try to put up their recognition there and congratulate them. So you can go see yourselves on Dream Struggle Victory. Here's all your uplines, starting with David Silverman. Now, some of you just in my team wouldn't have David Silverman as an upline, but that's fine. I'm sure he wouldn't mind if you called. And then Debbie and the Bucks, the Gates, Denny Robinson, Trish Swinkler, the Swinklers, Alan Noble, and Sue Brenchley. And it gives you all their information, their cells, their emails. You can reach out to any of them. You're all part of their teams. Here's the ASEA corporate site, and a reminder about our team phone call. And then he talks about the 3 and 5, and that's when you rub the Renew 28. We're so happy that they brought out the Renew 28, because rubbing that on 3 times in 5 minutes where somebody hurts usually gets relief within a few minutes. And so you can show them how quickly redox molecules work by doing that, because they do their work in nanoseconds, and then they disappear and they go into salt water again. And so that's what happens when you're hurting. But of course, if you're drinking the product, you don't always see results on the inside as quickly as you do on the outside. And he tells you exactly how to do that. So that's the Winfrastructure. It looks like a lot. David piles a lot into documents, but it's all the different things that you have access to all in one place. So again, don't let this overwhelm you, and I will be sending that out to you. So I'm going to take a brief minute here and see if anybody has any questions about any of that. And if you do, just unmute yourself. Okay. So I'm going to take 1 second. I want to make sure I have everybody on this phone call so I can add them to the email. So I take a quick screenshot. Okay. The next thing I wanted to go over, unless somebody has a specific question that they want to ask, the next thing I was going to go over is loyalty points. And I wanted to do that because a lot of people don't know what loyalty points are and what they're for. And you get them now if you sign up somebody as an enrollment. You usually get a few points. You get 50 points for a 4-pack, and you get 150. You actually get a free case of product if you sign up with an 8-pack. So I want people to understand that and make sure, because I know one of the new people on this call didn't even know what he had over close to 500 loyalty points, and he didn't know what they were for. And I helped him in getting his free product. So if I log in here and I go to the ASEA office, the front of your ASEA website as you first log in will tell you a lot of different things. These are the things that the banner that goes back and forth are brand new announcements that are being made. So they've made the loyalty points a permanent part of our system now. They talk about fast forwards because that's a really fast way to get your business started. And then they talk about the Ascent Adventure. I think that's the next one that comes up. Again, a lot of people are opting in for that. That's for bronze through platinums to be invited to this beautiful resort in Cancun. But here on this line here where it says blue, those are your loyalty reward points. And you go, when you first start, at 5%. You get 5% of your auto ship. Every time you do auto ship, you get loyalty points, and that's the only time you get them. So anything extra you order underneath yourself, you don't get loyalty points for, but you get loyalty points for your auto ships. So it starts off at 5% for 3 months, and then it goes to 10% for 3 more months. Then it goes to 15% for 3 more months. And then you get a full 20% of your auto ship for the rest of the time that you are on auto ship. So if you ever want to pause your auto ship, I will tell the new people, put at least one little moisturizer, which is the least money you can spend. I think it's $14. Make sure you put that on your auto ship and you get that. That way you are not disturbing your auto ship. You continue to get it on a monthly basis and you will keep your loyalty points. If you stop your auto ship, say you were going to Europe for a month and you didn't want to get your auto ship, if you stop it, you lose all your points and you lose the percentage that you had built up to. So put a little something on your auto ship and keep it. And if a $14 bottle of cleanser comes, you won't miss it so much if somebody even steals it off your front porch, but at least you have your auto ship points. But I will go over the enrollment packs very quickly, because you can start at a higher percentage by coming in with a larger number of ASEA cases. So I want to explain that to you also, because that's very crucial when you're signing up people. The minute you get to 100 points, you can order a case of anything. So to do that, the information is right here on how you earn your loyalty points. And my history, if I pulled that up, it would show what I've ordered in the past. But if you want to redeem your points, you click on that, and it takes you right into the shopping cart. So it defaults to the United States English because this is where I am, and ship my order because I don't live in Utah. So I don't want to go pick it up, obviously. Then you begin shopping. Again, you can order anything with your loyalty points. ASEA, Renew Advanced. You can even order brochures if you'd like them, or any of the nutritional products. You pick what you want and hit next, and it defaults to, like I could order, I don't know, on that, I won't go through with the order, but I could order a tube of Renew. And I put add to cart. That would be 25 points. And then I click on next. That would take my points to 46. It usually defaults to your name, but I don't know why it didn't on mine. Anyway, then you fill out your name and your shipping address. And then when you click on next, all it will ask you for is the shipping. That's all you're going to pay for, is the shipping for this. So that would be $8 for this if I was going to go ahead and order that, but I'm not. So that's all you pay for, and you get your product for free. So if you were getting a case of ASEA, you'd be paying $12 for it, because we've got the flat rate shipping now. If you got 2 cases of ASEA, if you waited and built up to 200 points, you'd still only pay $12. So that's something I would do with my loyalty points. The shipping is very cheap at this point now, and you can cash in and get 2 extra cases of ASEA and only pay $12 for it. So that's your loyalty points, and that's how you get them, that's how you redeem them, and that's what they're for. And again, that's another reason to get on auto ship. Auto ship is crucial if you're doing the business of ASEA. You need to have at least 100 personal volume points in auto ship, or not, it doesn't have to be auto ship, but you have to have 100 personal volume points every month in this business to stay active and be paid. And the nice part about that is that you can write that off your taxes then, because if you don't order that product, then you're not paid. So my tax accountant told me it was perfectly legal. I have to get at least 100 points to be paid, so I can write that off my taxes. So I write my product that I drink off every single month. Because again, if I don't have it, I don't get paid. You have to be active, and that involves at least a case of ASEA for you to be active. As you get into the bronze level and the executive levels, you have to do 200 points of personal volume. And that's a whole different story, but you could order a case for yourself, and you can order extra product. I always use Renew, or some of the advanced skincare kits, or now the nutritionals. So it's easy for me to get to 200 points at this point. You can also do it through having preferred customers. A preferred customer gives you 50 personal volume points. And let me show you what I'm talking about by going back into my back office here and going to the dashboard. So up here under volumes, you will see that I have 210 personal volume. That's where it is up here. PV stands for personal volume. That's what's running under my own number that I have ordered. So once a month, I order 210 points of product. And that's for me because I'm, bronze executive or above. If I have preferred customers, they show up there also. Anytime a preferred customer orders one case, I would get 50 points. If the 50 points was above this 200, the 50 points would go to my lesser leg. So the leg, the side, right and left side that has the less amount of points on it. And that's where those 50 points go. So it helps you, and you do get paid on them. And you also, a preferred customer, every time they order a case, you also get $25 for that in your smart wallet. If somebody orders retail underneath you, you get 100 points of personal volume, and you get $30 for their case if they order at retail. So that's the difference between ordering retail, which hardly anybody does, but a preferred customer will give you, like I said, 50 points for every case and $25 for every case. That sounds like you make more on preferred customers, but if you're building an organization, you want to make sure you get associates also. So that's loyalty points. And I will stop sharing again and see if there are any questions about those at all. Again, there's a flyer that explains everything.
Debbie, this is Steve. I have a question.
Sure.
So you explained about the 50 personal volume points from a preferred customer that goes to your shortest leg.
Yes. Well, your lesser leg.
Your lesser leg.
Yeah, whatever has the least amount of volume on it.
So how does that compare to, so that isn't group volume, right? Can you explain the difference between group and personal? Personal
is items ordered under your number. Okay. So a preferred customer is ordered under your number also. And whatever I order, my auto ship goes under my number. Personal group volume is what your whole group does as the volume.
Okay, so that's
how big your team is, how big
everybody under my right and left leg, whatever the lesser leg is, right? That's the group volume.
It's combined. It's both legs. It's your whole group volume.
Okay, but I have one leg that's significantly longer than the other one.
Yes, we all do.
It's both legs, but it's only equal to the lesser leg, right? I mean, the lesser leg plus, I guess that's the part I don't understand.
Okay, so everything that is ordered on your left leg and everything that's ordered on your right leg, all of that goes into your personal group volume.
Okay.
This has nothing to do with team commissions. I think you're getting confused on how you're paid. Personal group volume is everything ordered on your left side and everything ordered on your right side.
Okay.
So if you had 5,000 points on your left and 3,000 on your right, your personal group volume would be 8,000.
I see.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I have a question.
Yes, David.
So if you order a case a month, what does that equal to in personal volume? Is that $100?
100 points.
100 points, one case.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I need.
And now a case is every case is $130. So it's $130. That's equivalent to 100 points, and that goes on your personal volume to keep you active.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. And no question is, you're brand new associates, so this is all a little foreign, so no question is dumb or anything. Please ask whatever you like.
So Debbie, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So I think you said if you have preferred customers or somebody or I wanted to order something extra that's not on my auto ship, I should probably put it under a preferred customer for it to count.
Well, you can't put it under a preferred customer because it would go to their house. If you want to order it yourself, you mean?
Yeah, so can you
Okay.
order under somebody else?
Okay. So I don't want to get too confusing here, but if you want to order extra products, so say I wanted a case of ASEA and I'm not to the bronze level yet, so I only need 100 points.
Right,
I want to order a case of Renew 28 every month also.
right.
There's two ways to do that, depending on what you need.
Okay.
So the first way is to make yourself a preferred customer under yourself.
You can do that?
You can do that.
Okay.
And when you do that, of course, you order the case of Renew 28. You get $25 off of that. That comes back to you in your smart wallet. You get 50 personal volume points, and you get your case of Renew that you've paid for. But you do get $25 off of that. That's one way to do it. The other
That's
way,
not auto ship though, that's just ordering
that
one
is-
time.
no, personal, a preferred customer is an auto ship.
Okay, okay,
Of course, you can stop that again at any time, but it's
okay.
a preferred customer. You have to put it in an auto ship. Otherwise, you're a retail customer.
Okay.
Okay. The other way to do it is if, say, you wanted to get to rank and you were hitting bronze, and you needed 100 extra points. I could put that case of Renew 28 under anybody on my right or left side. This is where it could get confusing, but this is where we're here to help you strategize. So say I needed it on my left side. I could go to the bottom left, see who that associate is, call associate support because I might not have their information to get into their back office and order it. So I can call associate support. I can say I'd like to put an order under and give them the ID number, because you have that, and have it shipped to my house. They are happy to do that.
Okay.
Then what happens is everybody above that person gets 100 points that rolls up through them. The 100 points goes to you also. You've got your 100 points to become a bronze that week. And of course it goes on up to everybody, up to Sue Brenchley. Everybody gets 100 points.
Because if you just ordered something under yourself that was extra than your auto ship.
It doesn't give you the 100 points. It gives you personal volume.
Okay.
So I try to teach this right away to people because, you know, they think, oh, I just need 100 more points to be a Director 300, say, or something like that. And so, I have 300 points on my left side, but I only have 200 on my right. I'll just stick something, and they order it under themselves sometimes, and that doesn't give you anything. You have to go to your bottom right or somebody under your right side, put it on your right side. You can order it through associate support again. They'll ship it to you, and you get the 100 points.
Okay.
These are all strategies.
Yes.
So sometimes if you're building and you want to say you wanted to be a diamond and you needed 6 Director 300s, you can look to see who's close. And that's a Director 300 report. You can look to see who's close. I've got all my volume. I've got everything I need. I've got 15,000 on one side, 15,000 on the other. I have 5 Director 300s. Somebody's very close. I can go in underneath them and make them a Director 300 by ordering a case that I might need of product, or 2 cases, or whatever it is. And then I become diamond that week. And again, that's what we're supposed to be doing for you, is helping you look. But the more I can train and teach this to people, the more that you'll know and you won't have to worry so much. And again, this is what that, and the way you find what you need is by going, let me share my screen again, going to the front of your ASEA website. So if I go to the front again, my next rank is triple diamond. I'm very close to triple diamond this week. And so it's telling me that I have all the Director 700 legs I need. I have total binary, less of volume. It gets a little confusing as you get up in higher in ranks. It's much less confusing if I went to somebody else's website. Like I could go to my daughter's and show you hers, and that's what I could do. And I need another 5,000 points to be triple diamond, which should come in tomorrow. And then I have all the PGB 50. Again, that's too confusing, so I should go to maybe Jackie's website and show you the front of hers. Because she is not yet bronze this week.
She was on the call.
Yep, she was on the charge-up call. All right, so her next, she's a Director 300 right now, so her next level will be Director 700. So this is what most of yours would look like. Right now, she needs 100 points. She has a lot of preferred customers.
Mm-hmm.
So she has 425 personal volume points. She has more than enough. She has one active on her left and one active on her right, which you always need to be a Director 300, 700, bronze, anything. And she has 350 points out of 700 to become a Director 700. So the front of your screen will tell you exactly what you need for your next level. So if you go in and you're an associate, you'll need somebody active on your left and somebody active on your right to be a director.
But is the active enrollees, those have to be associates?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Yeah, personal, somebody who's a preferred customer doesn't count as making you active. They're your preferred customers.
Okay.
It has to be associates underneath you. That's why if you're building an organization, you want associates. Preferred customers are nice also, have both, but I mean, you need associates to build an organization.
Right.
And they have to be active, so at least one person on your right and one person on your left has to be active, meaning they have had to gotten a case in the last month. So, and we're in week 39 out of 2018, so we have 52 weeks in the year. Tells you what week you're in, and then it can take you directly to your dashboard. So she has 100 points in loyalty. She could go in and redeem them for a case. So are there any other questions about loyalty points and or preferred customers or anything?
I have one more.
Sure.
I actually did the wrong thing when I ran out of product.
It's never wrong. You just learn.
Well, I went on Amazon and bought it.
Oh,
So
well, that
wrong.
doesn't help you at all.
I know.
And it can be, we've had counterfeit show up, we've had expired show up, and we've had tampered with show up.
Yeah.
So I tell everybody, order it from yourself. You're getting it from an FDA registered account. Why would you go on Amazon and order something so reactive
I was just in a
that
hurry.
somebody could have stuck a needle in and stuck something in it and you don't know what you got?
I got you.
Just be careful doing that.
All
Then
right.
you don't get the points and you don't get paid on it either.
Right. Okay.
So
Okay.
Debbie, this is FDA registered?
The facility that we have it's not a
Okay.
drug, so it can't be
Okay.
FDA.
Oh, right, okay.
We have a GRAS status by them. That means generally regarded as safe. So the FDA knows all about us, but they can register and approve our facility, and that's what they do.
Okay, thanks.
Mm-hmm. Anything else?
Hey Debbie, I have a question.
Sure.
I know when we're talking about loyalty points, you had mentioned a lot of times you sign someone up and they have a case of ASEA. And what I've done is I've signed up my husband as a preferred customer. And so his first order, I did 4 tubes of Renew. It was over 100 points. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a case of ASEA. What we're looking for is 100 points.
Well, you don't even need 100 points on a preferred customer. They can order whatever they want. They can order a tube of Renew.
But
You get paid the points, like if they order a case, you get 50 points for that as a preferred customer. And you get paid $25.
But to get the $25, is it that they have to have 100 points that they
Yes,
order?
yes, yes.
Okay,
If
but
they
that
had a
can
proof
be,
of renew, you wouldn't get that much. You would get a quarter of that.
but in this case, because I wanted to keep it up to 100, and I go through that so much, and I'm glad that you're doing this training, because now, like for myself, I need at least 3 or 4 cases of ASEA a month. So what I'll do is I have my own auto ship. I'll set myself up as a preferred customer with a case of ASEA, and then also my husband. And then here's what I love is I can go in.
You can put it all under your husband. It doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Put it all under your husband. You've already got them set up. You don't need to do an additional preferred in the same
Oh,
house.
I see what you mean. Just keep it all under him.
Yeah, you get the same amount of points, and it comes to your house anyway,
Yeah, that's true.
as long as he lives with you.
Well, so far so good.
Exactly.
And can you explain the travel the travel ASEA, because I'm in outside sales, and here I've been doing little cups, measuring them, and all of a sudden the light bulb goes out. It's like, why don't I order that and then I just put that in my purse and go?
Okay, yes, ASEA makes pouches. For those of you who don't know, we really only have them in the United States, as far as I know, and Canada. Europe doesn't have them, and Asia doesn't have them. Anyway, the pouches come in 8 ounces. It has a one-way valve. We tell you not to drink out of the ASEA bottles because the saliva from your mouth will activate those very reactive redox molecules, and they'll start turning back into salt water is what they'll do, because you've got the saliva in there now. So it'll become much less effective. So, but you can drink out of the pouch, the one-way pouch. The saliva does not go back in it. You kind of have to guesstimate how much you're taking, but 8 ounces, you can drink a sip of it and get 2 ounces and a sip of it. You can take them with you traveling. A lot of times they're never even caught if you go through the airlines with them, because it doesn't look like a water bottle or anything, so it just goes on through. Even if they do catch you, you say your doctor tells you to drink this, so they test it and they give it right back to you. So they've never taken it away from me. But they're really handy to have. They're nice if somebody says, I'd like to try the ASEA, just try it. You can tell them right away up front, you're not going to feel anything from this. It's just a little tiny taste, but you could give them a pouch as a sample, and that way they could taste it. And it's great to give them in a pouch, because if ASEA tasted bad to you to start with, because you're not in balance, that's what happens. As soon as you get into balance, it's going to taste like regular water.
Mm-hmm.
But smell the difference between the molecules in your body and the molecules, the healthy ones that you're drinking. And you're smelling the difference. And so if you drink it out of a pouch, you don't smell it. So drinking it out of a pouch, that's why we give it to kids. Say they have a very serious issue, health issue. It's not going to taste good to them, so they don't want to drink it. If you give them the pouch, give them little crayons, give them the magic markers and stuff like that. They can draw their pouch on their pouch, and then they love it because it's theirs, and then they drink it because they don't taste the difference, because they're not smelling it. So pouches are great for kids with problems.
And one thing I wanted to let the group know, and this is something I recently found out from Debbie, is when I first started taking my ASEA, because I am taking a lot more than most because of a condition that I have. And here I thought I could put it in a quarter cup or 2 ounces, drink half and then go back and finish drinking the rest. And then I found out that was the wrong way to do it. So just to let you guys know, so you don't know what I did, as soon as you take one gulp, put it in your mouth, swish it around for like a minute, then swallow it. So don't take sips, because that actually makes it more ineffective.
Well, again, I tell people if it tastes bad, just drink it. You can just drink it, but if you swish it in your mouth, the receptors under your tongue take it into your body much faster. It goes to work much faster, and it also helps your gums and teeth that way.
Oh, that's good to know. I didn't realize that.
Oh, absolutely. Your dentist will say, oh, you started flossing? Because your gums will be really healthy. So
that's great.
Swish it around in your mouth, hold it for about a minute, and then swallow it. All right, so we have 15 minutes left. I was going to just go over very quickly the enrollment packs because I wanted to, since I'm on loyalty points and how many you get, I wanted to show you this very quickly. So share my screen again, do away with this. The enrollment flyer. Again, I can send you all of this, but it's in your back office under library. So we start with the personal ones. Now the personal ones you come in with, if people can't afford anything but one case, they usually will get a personal one, or if they just want to try it. Again, it's kind of a shame to waste an associate on a personal case only because they could get so much more and save so much more if they could afford a little bit more. So sometimes if they just want to try it, I will order a case under somebody that needs it, send it to that person, and not even have them sign up as anything and let them try it. Then when they see that it's working and they want to order more, then they will come in with a bigger pack and they get more loyalty points for that. And they save more money that way. But anyway, personal packs are the way a lot of people come in. You get a case of ASEA or the Renew Advanced or the new nutritionals, or a case and 2 tubes of Renew. And as you can see, you get 10 loyalty reward points when you order that, when you come in. So you have a 1/10 of a case when you come in with that. And you start at 5%, which is how you start with everything. And you do save money. You save a little bit of money. And the samples that they throw in are extra, and they're worth $30. So you get free samples with every single one of those. Those are the personal. But now we go to the business packs. Now, David and I always tell people, order at least 2 cases because you want to not run out of it, Renew, and go order it on Amazon. But anyway, you don't want to run out of ASEA. So we tell people to order at least 2 cases. But if you come in with a business pack, you save a lot more money. So this one is 4 cases of ASEA. But now look where you are. On each one of these business packs, you get 50 loyalty rewards points. That's a half a free case already. And you also get 10%. So you start at 10%, earning 10% of what your auto ships are every month. So again, that gets you more loyalty points faster. So you can order the 4 cases of ASEA or the 2 Renew Advanced and the tubes of Renew. You get a lot of nutritionals with this, or you get the ASEA, Renew, and the nutritionals. That's the product, business product suite pack. So you get a little bit of everything in that pack. But you all start at 50 loyalty points and 10% on future auto ship orders. Now, for some reason, and this is, the Asians are business people. And so pretty much every Asian I've seen so far that's enrolled has come in with 8 to 10 packs. Because they know this is a $1 million business, and that is a little tiny bit of investment to go to earn, to earn money and to get involved with a $1 million business. But anyway, so these are entrepreneur packs, and they encourage people to get these because then you have product to share or to sell. You have product for you to take so that you can experience all the products. And if you come in with an 8-pack, you immediately get a free case and a half of ASEA with each one of those. You get 150 loyalty reward points when you order that enrollment pack. So you already have a free case and a half. And then you start at 15% on all your future auto ship orders. So it's already giving you much more in free cases when you come in with that. So if your people can afford to do that, that's your most savings. You get a lot more samples. You get a lot more product to try and use, and you can also sell part of it and earn some money back. Tubes of Renew 28 are really easy to sell. If you take one with you and shake it up and put it 3 times on 5 minutes and people stop hurting, what's the next thing out of their mouth? Do you have an extra tube? You sell the tube for $40 to $45 because that's pretty much what they would pay for at retail, or retail would be $50. And you sell them a tube of Renew 28 and get them interested in your business. So this is the Entrepreneur Product Suite Pack. So that gives you a little bit of everything, again, for you to try, so you can say you've experienced the products, and you have extra to take if you want to go up. If you're over 60, you should be taking 8 ounces a day anyway. Your body's not making very many redox molecules anymore. You're at 10% of what you used to make. So I wanted to go over those. You should have these in front of you when you're signing people up. So you can go in and print them off from the library. Again, I'll be sending this out to everybody on my distribution list, and I'll be making up a distribution list of new people on this phone call. And so if you're not getting it, I want you to email me, and I will put up my email in just a second in case you don't have it. Then there's individual products, and this tells you the price and the personal volume that you get from each one of these. This comes with this sheet of papers. And a note to all of you, if you order any of the nutritionals and you already have 100 points coming in, like say you order a case of ASEA every month and you want to try one of the nutritionals, they will take $10 off that nutritional if you already have 100 points on your auto ship. If you order 3 of the nutritionals altogether, they take $30 off of your nutritionals. So it's a great way to try them. You have $30 taken off of your nutritionals, and you get to try all 3 of them. And we've already had lots and lots and lots of testimonials. People are feeling this faster than any other nutritional I've ever seen. They get regular with the biome. They have more energy and less stress with the Life Max, and they're getting all the foods they need with Source. So it's pretty amazing what people have been feeling. My son called me literally 3 days after taking Source and said, "Mom, I don't know what's in that stuff, but I can feel the difference." He's like 32 years old. So that's the enrollment packs, just so you'll know. And and that's a selling point to any of them. And you can tell them you get a half a free case if they come in with 4 cases. Right away, they can cash in those loyalty points right away. They don't have to wait. And they get a free case and a half with these that they can cash in right away. So again, I'm going to stop and just ask if there's any questions on any of that. And again, I'll be, let me put it in the chat. If you notice the chat thing, and I'll have to look to see if you guys have asked questions that I needed to go over, but I'm going to put my email address in. If you're not getting stuff from me, please send me an email to dswetzler@gmail.com, and then I'll make sure I add you on this distribution list. Any of the documents I talk about, like I'll be telling you about the Lancet Medical Journal and Dr. James Watson of Watson and Crick, who discovered the double helix of DNA. He published an article in the Lancet Medical Journal in March of 2013, stating that type 2 diabetes, cancer, and brain disorders were the lack of redox molecules. That's when doctors first noticed this. Now, a lot of people don't have that Lancet Medical Journal article, and I'd be happy to send it to you. I don't think that's posted anywhere in our back office or anything. I've got things that people, I started 8 years ago, so I've got things that a lot of people don't have, which might be of interest to you. So I'm happy to send those to you, because I want you to have any tool that you might need to be able to bring that up to people and teach people about this. So I will send the Lancet article to everyone on this list, basically. If anybody has a question, please unmute yourself. I'm just going to read and see if there's any. And Lily, I got your email address, and I already added you to my group. Hopefully you got some things today. Do you write off the $100 or more if you are consuming per month? Well, you only need $100 to be active, but if you are using things to promote your business, again, I order extra Renew because I sometimes will give people a whole tube for being open-minded and listening, or if they order a bunch of cases or something, I'll throw in a free tube of Renew. That's a promotion. I can write all that off. If I'm having an in-home and I'm sharing ASEA and letting people taste what it is, I can write all that off. So it depends on what you're doing with your product. You're not supposed to write off anything that you're drinking personally more than $100. because you only need 100 to keep you active. But I don't think the IRS is going to know what you do with your product. If you are bronze or above and you're required to purchase 200 PV is tax deductible. That's correct. So at my level, 200 points every month, $200 every month, or whatever it costs me, it's more than $200, is written off because I have to have that to be paid. So when you get to bronze, you can write off 200 points. So it sounds confusing to put your order under others. I need to think about it more. Again, every time somebody orders a case underneath you, you get 100 points. So very quickly, when we first got into this business, we realized if we wanted to order an extra case, or we wanted to make somebody active, or we needed to get somebody to Director 300, if we ordered a case under the right person, we can make people Director 300s, we can activate people, we can get an extra 100 points if we're lacking 100 points. I mean, if that's all you have to go bronze, why not put in the 100 points and get case and order Renew 28 and sell it, whatever you want to do. But if you're only 100 points away, I might suggest you doing that. But you have to put it underneath somebody to get the 100 points, underneath you, on you, and you have to make sure that it's the proper side. If you're lacking the 100 points on your right side, you put it under somebody on your right side. If you're lacking the 100 points on your left side, you put it on your left side. That way the 100 points rolls up to your left and you get the 100 points and you get to bronze, or 100 points on your right and then you get to bronze. So I don't mean to confuse anyone, but that's where you have to put it. You can't put it under yourself and get 100 points. You just get personal volume that way. All right, you can, oh, I have a touch screen and sometimes it goes crazy on me. You can call distributor support and tell them the ID of the person you want to place the order under, and then tell them you want it shipped to yourself. That's right, you can do that. And I do that every day pretty much for somebody. They don't care. It's in integrity. There's nothing wrong that you're doing. You're just ordering a case of product, but you want it under a certain ID. You don't have to put it under yourself. By placing it at the bottom, you're giving everybody 100 points in that line. That's why I suggested the bottom, but you may need it elsewhere. And again, I can help you by looking at your own tree, because I can pull up anybody's tree in my organization and look at it and see where you need help. So I can help you if you need to have a strategy when you're getting close to whatever level you want to be. Adds the volume of everyone in that leg all the way up to yourself. Everyone qualifies. It goes past you though too. Yeah, and again, don't cancel your loyalty points. If I was going away for 3 months on a cruise or something, I would continue to get my auto ship. I'd probably put a moisturizer. That's the cheapest thing you can get. And that way my loyalty points would continue to come in. And again, somebody took a moisturizer off my front porch, I wouldn't care.
But Debbie,
Yes.
if you just get the $14 auto ship, that's not your qualifying volume needed of 200.
Correct. It's just going to keep your loyalty points coming in. Now, I should go into that very quickly. If you don't keep 100 points going in to your auto ship, if you've banked any volume on your right or left leg, that will disappear also. I don't know if you noticed, but I have 6 million points on my right side. I don't want those to go away. So I will continue to be active, and I make sure I check that every day so that I'm active. I don't want those points to go away. So sometimes your credit card expires and you forget about it. So that's why you need to go into your dashboard and look at it every day if you're doing this as a business. You make sure you look at your dashboard. Make sure everything's right. Sometimes I just had my 200 points not show up, and I called them and they said, oh, I'm sorry, there was a glitch here, and they put it through and it went right through, but it wasn't showing up on the day it was supposed to. But I knew that, and I knew to call them.
So you do want to get your auto ship, even if you're going away, you want to do some, I mean, hopefully someone will put it where it goes.
Yeah, if you're doing the business and you don't want to lose your banked volume, yes, you still get auto ship. You could have it shipped. You can go in and change the address, and you can have it shipped to somebody else who will pick it up for you, and that way you'll
Okay.
have it waiting when you get back. So you don't have to leave it on your front porch. So you can change it to go to anybody. You could have it sent to somebody you love, or you could just have your neighbor get it or something like that and tell them they're going to get it, or one of your children if they live close, whoever you want to send it to, you can.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Any other questions? Because I don't want this to go on too long. I don't want to give you too much information all at the same time because it gets confusing. I don't want it to get confusing. Okay, I'm going to post this with the recording with the fact that we've gone over the Winfrastructure, loyalty points, and enrollment packs. And that way, if anybody else wants to see this training, they can look at it and listen to it. And it'll be posted on Debbie's Diamond Club, and I can send it to David also, but you all have access to Debbie's Diamond Club. You're all in my organization. So thank you all. If there's no more questions, I'll let you go and I'll say good night, and thank you all for being on. And again, email me if you're not getting things from me, because I might not have all of your email addresses on here. So I'm going to stop the recording.